Hello and welcome. I haven't been here on my own channel for a while now. Happy Saturday to everyone, wherever you are. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it may be, wherever you are. What I am here to talk about today is the con. So, the con is what we are currently experiencing as a self sabotaging energy of being, sorry about that, moving my camera, the self sabotaging energy of us being conned. Now, whether you're conning yourself or someone else is conning you, or the world at large is conning you, which we know is very much the truth in many aspects, trying to get this camera straight. So, the great con that we are currently experiencing is anything internally and externally that is sorry, this camera is about to fall over. I don't know what's going on here. See if we can fix this here. So the con is anything internally in your life or externally in your life that is keeping you from your forward momentum on this amazing spiritual journey that we are all currently going through. So, whether for you it's an internal con or an external con, for everyone, there is going to be a bit of both. But there is an incredible energy and omniversal assistance, which is now guiding us not only out of this con, but to the higher version of ourselves as well. Hello, Renee, and welcome. And welcome to all my new subscribers that have come across this channel in the last couple of weeks. Hello, and welcome to you. So while our external world at large seeks to con us or control us, we are also experiencing that internally in our lives through our own self-sabotaging energy or our own kind of con man energy. The really incredible thing about this time right now is we have a whole lot of other omniversal energies and universal energies that are assisting us now out of this con, if you will. So, the things that are giving us forward momentum out of the energy of the con right now. We have Aries season. We have the nodes that are about to change from Libra South Node over to the Aries North Node. And we have the fact, and I'm probably going to talk about it this entire year because it's such a big deal, that the matrix was actually unplugged sometime loosely around February 5th is when I saw it or experienced it. So sometime briefly around the time of February 5th to 7th, as I'm somewhere in that 48-hour time frame normally with macrocosmic and cosmic events. My personal events I see way ahead of time. And as you guys know, it's a gift that sometimes is a little bit annoying. So, the energy right now, and this has come up in reading after reading after reading, and this entire week for every person, no matter what they're reading, surrounded, there was a message about reevaluating what truth means to you, reevaluating what your truth actually is, how you are expressing your truth to yourself and others, What story and what variation of the truth are you telling yourself? So, what are you saying to your neighbors about your life, right? What are you saying to yourself about your life? Are you saying you're beautiful and you're healthy and you're abundant? Or are you using less spectacular words to describe your spiritual journey right now at this point? So, it's really important to reevaluate what our truth is and reevaluate how we are expressing what our truth is to other people. Because this time right now is all about sifting through our beliefs and sifting through all of our creations and deciding what is here to stay, what is serving me, and what needs to go. So let yourself go. Sift through those personal beliefs. Decide what is serving you to believe in this current moment. And if it's no longer serving you, decide to let that go. There's an incredible, as I said, universal and omniversal energy and momentum that is really pushing, inviting, pulling, um, magnetizing us to change what what we're doing, what we came here to do. And part of this, the biggest part of this, is our focus because the spiritual community has been reiterating and reverberating the fact of having a focus on what you want and focusing on manifesting that. And this is the second thing that has been coming up for a solid week in readings. If I am funneling all of my energy, my attention, and my focus to a certain person, place, or thing that is currently unavailable, I am missing the opportunities that are around me. And I have made a decision within the last several weeks to respond to any opportunity that I'm being given in the moment. And then I can decide later whether it's an opportunity that I want or not. But I am jumping on the opportunities that are available. And there are many things regarding many topics in the spiritual community where we are told to focus our energy on what we want. The soulmate twin flame journey is a really good example. Someone hasn't talked to you for 5 years, but all of your energy, all of your momentum, and all of your focus is still going onto that person that is not speaking to you. Or your energy and your focus is going to the job you didn't get or the job that you want, which is causing you to miss the opportunities, the golden opportunities that are here, that are presenting themselves to you in this now moment. So as always, it's just another reiteration that we live in the now moment and express what it is in joy that we have in front of ourselves and not on an opportunity that has been missed or overlooked or forgotten. Okay, so the message from higher self and the spirit realm was very, very clear. When we send our energy and our attention and our focus to a specific person, a specific place, a specific job, a specific thing, we get this tunnel vision that actually stops our all over full life manifestation while we were focusing. And so this message was reiterated over to me over and over again in the past 5 readings for the individual personally to let go of trying to control the situation. And I'm not even talking about being detached or letting go of an outcome, because if you back up from that, it's even much deeper than that. Maybe you don't expect an outcome from the person that's not speaking to you. The job that you've been trying to get that's not going in your favor. whatever it is for you. The message from higher self was that we really have to let that go and let the control aspect of that go and stop putting our focus in such a pinpointed direction and an exasperated way, which is what many of us are doing because we see these things and these people, places, and things that we love and we want to have in our life. So we focus and pour a lot of energy into that thing. But the message was to let go, right? Because you cannot fly, you cannot soar, and you cannot fly on the wings of this incredible momentum that's coming from the combination of upcoming Aries season, North-South Node in Libra, and North Node in Aries, and also the fact that the matrix has been unplugged. So reevaluate what your truth is, how you're expressing your truth, how you're speaking to yourself, how you're speaking to yourself about your life, how you're speaking to other people also about your life, and really sift through your belief system and sift through the things that you have created and decide what needs to go. The biggest deal about the matrix being unplugged was not the fact that they were running the low frequency vibration that always told you there's a great possibility that something bad is about to happen. And I talked about this very briefly in the podcast that I did with Dawn. And that was really awesome. I really enjoyed that experience. If you're watching, Dawn, thank you again for that experience. And I can't wait to do it again. So there was a music running through the grid. And it was a music like you would hear right before a murder scene in a movie. Okay. And there were also messages running along with that. So in your life, when you really wanted something, when you wanted to change something, or when you felt a momentum to make those amazing changes in your life that you wanted, that low frequency hum, that murder scene music, so to speak, that was playing through the grid, and the messages about you obeying and sticking to your oaths and minding what you have been taught in your indoctrinated education and your indoctrinated religion and all other facets of indoctrination that have held you in place. Because what's most important about the matrix being unplugged is the fact that whatever you've been trying to hold yourself back from destroying in your life, whatever thing, person, place, thing, job, responsibility that is not built on a solid foundation, or maybe even was at one time but no longer works for you, is naturally, and this is so incredibly important, it's naturally your soul anchoring into your body, meaning your body, mind, spirit connection with higher self and all that is, and grounding that into the earth is automatically an invitation to course correct according to what your soul wants and what your soul has chosen, not what the indoctrinated education system has chosen for you, and not what your parents have chosen for you, or your spouse has chosen for you, or your friends and family have chosen for you. So this matrix being unplugged means that when I go to make a decision, when you go to make a decision, you think about, I want to make this change in my life. Well, that scary music is no longer there. So when you are sitting there contemplating making these tremendously amazing changes and decisions and new directions in your life, the scary music is no longer there, and the message running through the grid trying to stop you is no longer there. Now, because this video is called The Con, because there's so much energy of the con coming up. It's the other thing that repeatedly shows up in the last, excuse me, 5 readings. Again, that's an internally, what am I conning myself out of? Or what am I deceiving myself about? How am I self-deceiving? And how am I deceiving the people around me? Am I expressing that I'm happy in situations that I'm not happy in? Am I expressing that I am on the life path and the journey that makes me happy, that brings me joy, and that is the soul connection to course correction right now? So course correction has been the theme for the last 2 years, if you will. So your higher self is guiding you to do what feels like joy in your soul. Okay. Many people know that, but these are very hard decisions because the majority of us that are going through this are between 40 and 70. And we're pretty set in our life. We're pretty set in our contracts. We're pretty set in our jobs, our decisions, all of that. Yes. Hi, James. Every time I look down, my comments disappear. You're familiar with that by now. So, the thing that's so incredibly important is if I've always wanted to do something, but I'm afraid to because I'm perceptive and I'm an empath and I can hear the scary music and I can hear the message that's running through the grid, it's going to mean that that is distracting me from what my soul is urging me. So the matrix being plugged in was distracting me from course correction. The matrix being plugged in was distracting me from what my soul is yearning to do. So maybe some of you or many of you have noticed that recently, just in the last 5 or so weeks since the matrix has been unplugged, that when you think about something, think about changing something, or you think about going into a new direction, you no longer hear that chatter. And that is a huge deal because the matrix has been unplugged. However, there are things that we've wanted to do, things that we've wanted to achieve. And in many circumstances, people have already made that decision to move into a different direction or to make those massive changes. And I will say that, none of these things, planets or energies or CMEs or anything, totally affects or changes or stops us from doing anything. But the matrix was the biggest distraction this planet has ever had and has ever seen and has ever felt for a millennia. So if you think about, even if you're a person that has made decisions and shifted life, and life is now going in a new direction, but it hasn't been going as fast as you would like, let's say, when you've been working on it, the momentum is not what you expect for the momentum and the energy that you are giving to that new direction. Why I'm losing my voice, or that new project, or that new person, or that new thing, or that new geographical location. So the people that have already made the changes, the difficult changes, right? Kicked people, places, and things to the curb that no longer serve the highest version of their soul, were still up until the point of the matrix being plugged in, even though they went in a different direction. That electric fence was still holding us back. And that's why when I originally spoke about the matrix being unplugged, one of the most poignant parts of that was the fact that the momentum that has been stopped for us at a personal level and also a global level is no longer there. Now, people that are just now making the decision, I want to change my life or my relationship status or my career, my geographical location, whatever it is, you are no longer experiencing the pushback. Now, I spoke in the prior video about the pushback and how long this takes to leave your body at a cellular level. Depends upon how you're treating yourself at a cellular level. Are you moving your body? Are you drinking adequate water? Are you kicking people, places, and things to the curb that no longer serve the highest version of you? Again, the energy has been so strong in this course correction. We have millions of people connected to their higher self, to the spiritual realm of their higher self, guiding them through these now changes and these now new directions. Hello, Lena. James. I just keep seeing Lena and James, and every time I look down, and then you guys disappear. So the momentum in the decisions we've already made prior is going to catapult you into the path that you've already chosen. For me, there were many major decisions I made 6 months ago, and even though I made them, and even though things were changing, they weren't changing at the rate that I expected for the amount of energy, focus, and momentum that I was giving them. So if you think of yourself through the matrix, through this energetic distraction, being held back from something, when it's unplugged, it's almost jarring, okay? And maybe you have noticed the amount of people that seem to be jarred or frazzled. And the majority of those people that are in the energy of being super frazzled right now are people that have been trying to ignore what they wanted to do. So whatever was in that rubber band of energy, of course correction, that's sitting in your field, waiting for you, inviting you to act upon it. When that got unplugged, it's like if you're in a tug of war and the other side just lets go. You think about, literally, think about this as the fact that you're on one side of the rope and for tug of war, and the matrix was on the other, and you're pulling in, I'm going to do this, I'm going to change my life, I'm going to protect this planet, I'm going to be a guardian of this earth, I am going to pull in cosmically the energy that's happening, ground that into earth, and show the way. But when the matrix got unplugged, that left you in this like ricochet of energy, okay, which was very, very jarring for people at first. Now, even though I saw it being plugged on February 5th, my building is just now experiencing it. And I won't go into the chaos on my building, though it is somewhat entertaining. Um, Luckily today I turned my phone off to take a nap because the amount of phone calls I got about a dirty hallway and a dog and ridiculous things that so simply and easily could be solved was pretty astronomical. So I was glad that I slept through that. But it's been a really exasperated momentum. It could help everybody so much if they actually had the information of why they were feeling like this. Okay. So the more things that you have in your life that you don't like, that are not on the course of greatness or the highest version of yourself, the more jarred you're going to feel by letting this go. Okay. One, like I said, you don't have the scary music running through the grid telling you, right? So maybe you didn't notice the scary music at all, or maybe you didn't notice the scary music to the point that some of us noticed it, right? But let's say you stopped and you said, I really have to change my life, my direction. I really have to make these decisions. And then you hear this voice kick in that says, no, 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 no. Okay, that's gone. So for a lot of you, you're going to notice that it's so much easier when you sit down and say, you know what, I got to change my life. I want a new direction. I want to make a different decision. I want to go a different way. I'm going to stop funneling my energy to people, places, and things that are now not an opportunity. Now, whether someone is your soulmate or your twin flame, the love of your life, the perfect job opportunity, whatever it is, if they are unable to be an opportunity for you now, and you're focusing like tunnel vision towards that person, place, or thing, regardless of their unavailability, you are missing everything else that's coming to you. Now, the energy of the con man and how this relates to it. Again, some of you may be conning yourselves. Some of you may be in a situation where your family, your friends, or even your loved ones are conning you. And by conning you, I mean not being totally honest and transparent. Now, for different people, there's going to be different variations and different momentums to this con. But you may have noticed within the last year that people show up in your life and you feel like, this person only wants my energy, right? This happens to me a lot. People want people who don't know how to course correct want to be around me, even though they don't want to course correct. They want to be around me because I elevate how they feel, and they just want to keep choosing to be around me and be in that elevated state, even though I always take the time to help people and tell people, if you want to change this, then you need to look at this, because that's how it works. And they say, yes, it's very interesting. I'm so interested. I'm so, fascinated by this conversation. But in actuality, they're not fascinated by the conversation itself. They're taken in by my energy, and they're using me for that energy. So it's very, very important for me that I know that I do not let people take advantage of my energy. And so one of the cons for me is that people constantly want to be around me, and I'm the opposite. Most of the time I'm really, really tempted to just be in my own energy and not be around other people. So that's something that I have to balance out, that many of you haven't balanced out, because what we have learned is, while people are wanting to con us, and some cons are greater than others, but my con has been for a multitude of years, is that people have major issues. They want to be around me, and instead of course correcting their life, they choose to be around me or speak to me or hang out with me for a small portion of time, because I feel like the antidote or the medicine to their problem. But if they don't want to course correct, not only am I not the answer to the problem, not only am I not the antidote to their energetic misfortune, let's say it that way, I'm actually giving my energy, again, focusing my energy on something that doesn't want to change. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to cut those people off entirely, but that means I have to set incredible boundaries and say, right now, I'm doing this video. I'm not going to answer my phone, right? Or right now I'm writing. And it's hard for me, because the more videos that I make and the more, other things I do, podcasts, other people's shows, things like that, tarot readings, the more messages I get. And it's incredible how many people reach out to me, because this is such a small channel and there's so many shares on these videos. I'm not sure how this channel is this small, but I'm getting this kind of attention. So I really don't understand that. But because that's happening, and because that's the direction of course correction that I've chosen for myself, I have to back away from the people that are conning me. Now, there are many instances when we're conning ourselves as well, right? I think this person likes me, but they're not showing up for me. Well, guess what? They're not available. That's a con. Or somebody's in another relationship, but they want to pour their heart out to you because they don't want to leave what's not working for them. They don't want to course correct and leave that relationship. They just want to talk to you instead because you make them feel good. That is a con. There are also many people on YouTube, on Facebook, that thanks to the infiltration of, kind of the infiltration of the spiritual community through the cabal, Illuminati, whatever you want to call it, they got their hands in the whole mixing pot of everything, right? So because of that, we also have a large group, and I'm not saying it's all men, it's men and women both doing it, that are caught in this soulmate twin flame thing. They reach out, talk to multiple people, it goes on and on and on. They want money, they want to meet you, they want all these things, okay? What you have to realize is that you, as a conduit of light, pulling this incredible, incredible cosmic energy down into a physical body and spreading that on the planet, because you are a guardian of self. You are a guardian of your soul journey, and you are a guardian of this planet. And people feel that. And a lot of times when we get into this con, as I'll call it, they don't know, maybe they don't realize consciously that they're doing this to you. I have talked to people that have, the con has been more blatant. But what I'm saying is, this con is running through everything. And think about that for a second, and how that would be affected too by the matrix being unplugged. Okay? Because what is it that we've been complaining about in this community for decades? Maybe it's been going on for longer than that, but most people my age are aware that's been going on for at least a decade. It's really, 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 really amped up since 2019. And I think you're all aware of that and the reasons for that. The infiltration of the spiritual community has us saying, no, being nice and being loved and love and light and peace and joy and rainbows and unicorns. And I'm just going to stay in the fifth dimension where it's a happy place. But you, as a conduit, came in here to anchor that cosmic energy, that cosmic light, that cosmic wisdom and information into every cell of your body, and not just use the higher dimensions to hang out and escape reality. Okay, we've got to anchor it in here and create with it. The reason that we are receiving this Akashic information, the reason we are receiving this ancient data, this ancient wisdom from our ancestors, from our guides, from higher self, from all these incredible places, is so that we do not choose to hang out in those higher dimensions. And it's kind of like self-medicating. It's just like drinking or doing drugs. If I'm going to hang out in Happyville all day long, but I'm not going to anchor this in here and use that energy practically to stop the con. Okay. And it's not just stopping the con between me and you, right? Our family, our friends. What is the thing that we've been complaining about in this community for the last decade and really amped up since 2019? It's the con. It's the governmental con, right? It's the religious con. It's the diet and exercise con. It's the food pyramid con. It's the GMO con. It's the Illuminati con. It's the suppression of technology and information and all of this stuff. Incredible, incredible stuff that we've been complaining about. What is it? It's a con, right? So why is the con energy so strong right now, this whole year? Okay, and into next year as well. It's because the external reality that we are seeing in the third dimension has been showing us the con for millennia. But do you know the con till you experience it, till you wake up and fall down the rabbit hole and start studying and realizing that this third dimension, everything about the way that it was set up was meant to con you, okay? And so a lot of us aren't getting that. So how does our soul course correct if we don't get that there is a con, right? Well, we have the con show up in a very personal way or an interpersonal way in our own relationships with our family and friends and lovers, right? That brings it home. Because when it's out there, sometimes we're like, well, that's not my problem, you know? And as I said, and as you know, many people are in the energy of this right now. I'm just going to hang out in the higher dimensions and blah, 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 blah. But the only reason your soul is on this path of course correction, this spiritual journey, this this ascension path, is so that you can anchor what it is, not so you can escape unto that place and stay there to hide from the con that is the third dimensional reality, or hide from the con that is your relationship with people, places, and things in your life. Anchor that higher dimensional frequency, pull it into your body, and use it to create in the third dimension what you're feeling, hearing, and expressing in the other dimensions. That's the point of it. Again, it's a part of self-soothing, like drugs or alcohol or all kinds of other things that we use to distract ourselves. Okay, so one of the things that the Matrix was trying to show us, the basic most important thing, was I am a distraction from your true soul course. You hanging out in the higher dimensions, not wanting to make a move in the third dimension, is you doing the same exact thing. You put an electric fence around you. You put a matrix around you because you know better. You have a higher awareness. This relationship is not working for me. This job is not working for me. This apartment building, Freudian slip, is not working for me. Okay? So the matrix was unplugged after the whole COVID-19 thing. Once we saw the con, if the matrix was, and I don't know who is responsible for this. I said this, I think, in the other last video. I don't know who to thank for the responsibility of unplugging the matrix. I think have been seeing it as that so many people have flipped their energy that the system couldn't take it anymore, right? If you've been around someone like me in person, you know that my computer has issues, my phone has issues, my toaster blows out. I've had 8 cell phones in the last year and a half because my energy messes with electronics. So when a bunch of people on this planet, on the first line of ascensions, and this energy that of those people that are anchoring it in from the higher dimensions instead of hiding out in the higher dimensions and pulling it into the body and using it for practical use, we caused the circuit to break, is the only way that I can describe it to you. That's certainly what it looked like and what it felt like. We caused the system, the matrix, the electric fence to break, okay? So allow and invite your own electric fence, your own matrix that you've put around yourself, okay? And a lot of times we do it to protect ourselves from the con. We don't want to be conned anymore, okay? And I know this has happened to so many of you, and in the readings I've done in the past 2 years, everyone has been experiencing this. And the last year, it's been incredible. You know, people say to me all the time, why would this person say that they love me? Why would this person express these incredible things that I cannot explain if they weren't true? Why was that person conning me, right? The question that you don't have the answer to is that person was that person saying those things to you to con you, okay? Or was it the truth and they're conning themselves? And I know it's hard for people when you don't, when we don't have the answer of why this, you know, this person or this situation shows up in your life and gives you this incredible gift and then disappears or unplugs itself, and you have no idea why this person did this. And so everybody's like, wow, I've been conned. You know, somebody wanted my money or my love or my attention or my time, right? But the thing is about it, that person is already on the ascension journey. They are already very, very aware of what their soul wants. They are very aware of what brings them joy. And they are very, very aware of the changes that they need to make. Okay? But a lot of people are afraid to leave the church or leave the relationship or quit the job, especially people our age. But the decision-making process to leave that person, place, or thing that is not the highest version of you is, I don't know what the right word for it is, but the momentum that is gained from the unplugging of the matrix. Because if you were conning yourself, okay, if you were deceiving yourself, oh, I can keep doing this job for another 7 years until it's time for me to earn my retirement, or I can stay in this marriage until the kids are grown and gone, or I can stay in this marriage until maybe the other person decides they don't want to be in the marriage. Let them decide. Let them be the heartbreaker, whatever it is. They're deceiving themselves. They're running their own con on themselves. And the reason this is coming up is because we need to recognize it, okay? And I don't have to fix the con. The person conning me doesn't have to be told, I know that you're conning me. I know that your soul is urging you to make course correction and you're afraid to do it, and that's not my problem. Here's how we solve the energy of the con, period. And this goes microcosmically on a personal level in our life and macrocosmically for what's going on with this entire planet, which has blatantly been obvious to so many more people since 2019. Again, I will reiterate, because I would have thought it would have happened so long ago. Okay, and I professed in 2018 that it did happen, but we personally or interpersonally were able to maneuver past that barrier, that manipulation, that electric fence when we figured out how to soar at a vibration above that fence. And so that meant for many people for a very long time, we thought that the matrix was actually gone. It wasn't until I started really listening to what other people were saying and seeing people say, "Oh wait, the Matrix was gone yesterday," or "No, I said 2018." No, James Whitcomb said 2015 because maybe he figured out how to maneuver personally or interpersonally past that barrier before I did. But now it's been unplugged for everyone. So incredible, incredible momentum for course correction. And if you're going to sit there and continue to con yourself or let other people con you, that's really going to slow you down. Now, how we stop the con personally affects the con of this entire planet. That is so important, okay? Someone is conning me, calling me every time. "Oh, I'm really upset. I broke up with my boyfriend," or whatever. And okay, do this, change your life. Don't give that person that energy. Don't be available all the time, is what I tell people all the time. If I'm reading a book, I'm unavailable. If I'm running, I'm not answering my phone. It's turned off so that I am not distracted within my own personal matrix by people reaching out to suck my energy. Okay? So we cut out time for ourselves to do certain things, and we do not let ourselves be electronically manipulated or interrupted or distracted. So that means when you choose to read or when you choose to run or when you choose to whatever you're doing, you don't let yourself be distracted by your phone, by your computer, by technology, because you see, that is part of your interpersonal matrix as well. That is creating that. That is adding to that. So for me, it was a matter of saying, I know this person doesn't want to change. They don't want to course correct. They just want to cry to me every time they're in pain, or they just want to lean on me for support every time they're going through a rough time. So I have to learn how to give less energy to that situation. Now, if that person is willing and, wanting to change, that's a totally different story. But many people coming to us for our high frequency energy just want the energy, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to actually course correct. The momentum from the unplugging of the matrix is like nothing I've ever seen. Hello, David Crawford. Twin Flame Wisdom. Hi, Dawn. How's it going? Thanks for being here, guys, on this lovely, lovely Saturday night. I appreciate you very much. So, if you've been doing that, if you've been giving yourself away to things that are unavailable, hi, Kathy. Stop giving yourself to people, places, and things that are unavailable for you just because they like you or just because they're funny or they're charming or they're good looking or whatever your excuse is for entertaining people, right? That are not giving to you and don't want an actual opportunity with you. They just want a snippet of your time or a snippet of your energy or a snippet of your wisdom as well. We must balance out what's coming through cosmically. Now, when I say coming through cosmically, I mean solar flares, I mean energy from the sun, the central sun, the grand central sun, the energy that's coming through all of the different beings that live on other planets, the energy that's coming from different galaxies. When people shift even in another galaxy, we feel that, right? Our sun is a portal. So when we on Earth get this incredible momentum and we make these changes, these course corrections, we send a big packet of energy out to all the planets in our solar system. And it keeps on going and reverberating out to the omniverse. You see, by our own course correction, we're changing the universe. We're changing the multiverse. We're changing the omniverse by doing our own course correction. So we have to be balanced in what we're doing. The way to stop the con, the self-deceit, the inner conflict, the inner con, and the external con with people, family members, friends, lovers, spouses, whatever, is to stay in your worth, because you already know your worth. It's not a problem of knowing your worth. It's a problem of staying in your worth and not wavering, right? So if I'm booking a vacation, let's say I'm planning my honeymoon getaway, right? It's my honeymoon. Am I going to pick a 3-star hotel? Am I going to eat at 3-star restaurants? And I'm using that as an example because I'm not one of those people that looks at the stars of anything, okay? Other than cosmically. But what I'm saying to you is someone worth a snippet, giving away snippets or pieces or parts of information, wisdom, and energy to a situation that is not an opportunity for you, okay? I made this decision about 5 weeks ago to not focus, give energy or momentum to anything that is not offering me something. And oh my God, my life has changed completely in 5 weeks. Absolutely, completely. What I was meaning to say, or the analogy of planning the honeymoon, is when you have something in your life that's important, that is a milestone, okay? And you being on this planet, pulling in this cosmic energy of change and momentum and anchoring it and using it practically on planet Earth to flip the script and change the con. You, in doing that, have to stop signing your stuff up for stuff that has a 1-star rating, okay? You already know your worth, okay? So you know you're 5 stars, right? So don't give to people that are 3 stars. Someone's giving you, it's like Cisco and Ebert, 2 thumbs up, right? If someone's giving you a thumbs down, stop giving them a thumbs up. Stop choosing a 3-star restaurant. Stop choosing a 2-star hotel. Stop choosing a 2-star partner when you know your own worth, okay? So a big proponent of us moving at this expedited speed of the matrix being unplugged means it's not enough just to know your worth anymore. You have to stop trying to control things, okay? Stop trying to control your life. Stop trying to control whether your marriage is going to work. Stop trying to control your pension. Stop trying to control everything, okay? When I am focusing on one person, I'm in love with someone, I'm focusing on them for whatever. I'm not going into that. You get the point. But that person is not available. My energy is going down a tube straight to that person, and there's no energy for anybody else. So you wonder why, why isn't anybody asking me out? How come no one's asked me out in like 5 years? Okay. That's the reason, because my energy is going tunnel vision specifically to a person, place, or thing that's not giving anything to me. So I'm saying with the matrix unplugged, if you really want to experience the fastest momentum, you have to not accept things that are not 5 stars in your life anymore. Because as I said, I'm well aware that your awareness of your self-worth is great, but you're still helping, entertaining the idea, entertaining people, situations that are not a golden opportunity for you. And even if it's someone offering you a job, guess what? Money and relationships are on the opposite wheel of the spectrum. So everything that you do to have a healthy relationship gives more momentum to you being more successful in your career. Everything that is more successful in your career, and the fact that you love your job, the fact that it gives you joy, the fact that it satisfies you at a soul level, makes your relationship better. So what we have is the majority of the people on the planet at the moment going through course correction. It's relationship course correction, and it's career or mission course correction. And as I just said, those are opposites on the wheel. So every opportunity that you take, that you expand your consciousness, that you lose your grip of control or micromanagement on your career and on your focus of getting a certain job or doing a certain specific thing, opens up the realm of golden opportunities for you. But it doesn't just open up the golden opportunity for you in relationship to your career or to your mission. It opens up to the relationship you've always wanted. And opening up to the relationship you've always wanted brings the mission that you've always wanted. They're not separate. So this unplugging of the matrix means that wherever we're putting our energy is going to give momentum. And it's going to be a momentum that we have never ever experienced, you guys, okay? And I've noticed in studying numerology when I was younger, and then when I started really, really deep diving into the tarot, that the numerology was so significant that the numerology in the tarot itself was giving me more answers than the actual pictures on the card were. So last year was the year of the lovers because 2022 was a 6. The lovers is about being open, transparent, and honest and saying, what is it that I really want? And making a choice. This year, 2023. It's not a contest to see who can talk the fastest, Tina, right? 2023 is a 7. Okay, and the 7 is the Chariot. There are 78 cards in the tarot deck, and the Chariot is the 78th, not the 78th, out of 78 cards is the fastest energy in the deck. The Chariot is 3 and 4 put together, right? Every book, every tarot reader you ever listen to will tell you the only person that drives the Chariot forward in the momentum of course correction, the only person that has the ability to drive that chariot forward in life is the Emperor and the Empress. 3 plus 4 equals 7. The Empress, number 3, is about our body, mind, spirit, triangle. Number 3, body, mind, spirit. What does my body, mind, and spirit want for course correction? The Empress. The Empress is you, the feminine energy, receiving. My guides are saying this. My neighbors are saying this. My ancestors are saying this. Okay? There's all this guidance coming through the Empress energy of number 3. Where we get an incredible momentum from this unplug of the matrix is when we take the intuitive divine feminine receptibility. What am I receiving from the cosmos to course correct? What am I receiving from the cosmos that is the ancient wisdom of the Akashic record or the ancient wisdom of my ancestors? Anchoring that into the body and then jumping from 3 to 4, which is the Emperor. I have made a decision. I am balanced, I am grounded, and I am going to take action. Okay? 3, the Empress, 4, the Emperor, together equals 7, the Chariot. The only person with forward momentum in the Chariot that's possible is the Emperor and the Empress. Now, the reason I'm explaining this to you is if you are, regardless of your gender, if you are sitting around in the higher dimensions, receiving, oh, this is beautiful, rainbows, unicorns, but not projecting, not planning, not making a solid plan, an unwavering plan, and taking action, in that Chariot, you're not going anywhere. So the Chariot is the Emperor or Empress sitting in the seat of the Chariot with 2 reins. There's a black horse and a white horse. That means your divine feminine energy is receiving what to do, how to change, what new direction to take, how to course correct. But if you're only listening all the time and using that divine feminine side, you're only steering to the left all the time. Now, there are a group of people, again, regardless of gender, that are also making a plan, making a solid foundation, really hammering something out and saying, I'm pushing the universe to make this happen, but not using the receptibility to course correct. Okay, so I want a job with more money. I'm going to disregard the message, from my ancestral line that says my mission is in this certain genre, and that, but you're going to make a plan and push and push and push in the corporate world, let's say, to take action. And so in that case, the emperor or the empress is only steering to the right. The only way we use the unplugged matrix momentum to take off 78 cards in the tarot, the 7, which is this year, is the fastest energy of 78 cards. And that is when you decide, I'm going to use what I receive cosmically, ancestrally, a higher self, spirit guides, whoever, archangels, whomever, whatever energy, interdimensional beings that are assisting you. They are assisting you so you not so you can sit in that energy and say, wow, this feels good and this feels better than speaking to my family or speaking to my lover or, whatever it is. This feels good, so I'm going to sit here in this receptibility and not take action. Again, that's steering to the left. Only making a plan without receptibility is only steering to the right. This is a black and white, masculine, feminine, getting in the energy. So the reason that out of 78 cards, the Chariot is the fastest, right? The Chariot is also in a higher dimensional vibration or frequency. It is your light body. It is what maneuvers you. Right now you have a physical body and a light body. You don't see your light body because it's in your physical body. You're aware that it's there. How you use it at the fastest momentum possible, now that the matrix is unplugged, is using what you're receiving to make a plan with what you receive, not making a plan based on 3D reality. You use the higher dimensional frequency to make the plan and take charge in the third dimension. Give yourself a solid foundation. Okay. Don't accept a 3-star relationship. Don't accept a 3-star hotel. Don't accept a 3-star dinner. Don't accept anything that is not up to the level of where you are. And it doesn't mean cut people off or whatever I'm saying, but don't make it part of your own personal matrix. Don't suck those things in that are not worthy of you, not worthy of 5 stars, okay? Things that are offering you a 1-star or 2-star opportunity, we give that back a 1 or 2-star opportunity. We don't spend our whole time I'm bored, or I haven't met the love of my life, so I'm just going to entertain this person that's giving me 2 stars. No, because again, that's you just deciding to sit in the energy of, I'm going to just, do this thing out of boredom, or I'm going to do this thing while I'm waiting for something real to happen. With all the information and all the wisdom that's coming through to us from the higher realms and the ancestors and archangels and interdimensional beings and our guides and our higher selves and the whole spirit realm, all of that energy and momentum is gaining every single day. And it is there so that you can make a plan and ground that into this planet and make this happen. Okay? Stop the con, right? I want to say interpersonally something about the con before I make this another 3-hour video. If someone, let's say, has decided to con you, okay, or decided to con themselves, let's use the external example for a moment. Someone is working a con on me, okay? Now, whether they, again, consciously, intentionally did this, maybe they met me and for some reason I triggered something that wanted to change within them personally or within their life, and therefore the con for them was, it's easy to just relate to you and hang out with you or do this with you than make the actual changes. Okay, so some people do it intentionally. I'm in an unhappy relationship, therefore I can just talk to other people. That is a con. Now, what is so important about this interpersonal con that I want you to know, besides the fact that once we figure out how to overcome that external obstacle, we will change the planetary con, and it just reverberates out from there as well. So say this person intentionally is conning me, right? This person's already in a relationship. This person is using me for whatever purposes, okay? In this con, I will not be the first person that this person has done this with. Say someone's in an unhappy relationship, they decide to pull me into this con, right? The con is I'm open, I'm vulnerable, I'm available when you're not. Okay, that's the con. Now, this person, just using this example because it's super easy, I think, to understand, but this person will have done this to a multitude of people already. The reason this is so important is when this person gets to you with this con, that's where the con stops, okay? And it's not about what you do, it's not about what you say to them, but for one, the first thing they're going to realize is that they are running a con on you, okay? So maybe they started out doing it intentionally, maybe it was not planned, or it was an unconscious con. Either way, they are going to become conscious that they are running a con on you. When they become conscious of running a con on you, no matter what that con is, they are then going to be conscious that they have run this con on many, many, many people, and how that is not the right thing to do. Okay. But because this person got to you or got to me, the con went through many people and it got to me, I'm stopping the con. And it's not because of what I'm doing. It's not because of what I'm saying. It's not because how I'm treating that person or any email that I could send or song that I could sing, right? It's because my energy is pulling down the cosmic change and grounding it, taking action and showing the way. And that is what all of you are doing. So when this person gets to you with their con, after many other people, your energy, your conduit of changing things in physical reality by anchoring that higher energy, by using our receptibility to make a plan and take action in the physical 3D realm, stops that con and makes that person realize what they're doing. The reason we're going through this individually is because we can't change an external world if we don't change ourselves. If this person is going to keep running this con on people for the next 30 years, but this person is so aware of the governmental con and the religious con and all of the other things that are happening that they profess that they want to stop so much. But you know what? You have to start with you. Look in the mirror. What con are you running on yourself and other people, your family and your friends, right? As long as you're going to continue to run that on yourself and run that on your family and friends and loved ones, well, guess what? This planet is going to continue to show us the macrocosmic con until, like I said, it gets to you. So all of those people that are asking, why are these people out for my money? Why are these people out for my attention when they're married? Why is this person say they want profusing that I want my help, but you feel like someone is running a con on you, whether it's a small insignificant thing that you can blow off or whether it's something really detrimental you feel and heartbreaking, okay? Because a lot of you, all of you have gone through this, in one fashion or another, some more extreme than others. But the people I've talked to in the last 2 weeks have been experiencing it on a pretty high level. And so that is your energy stops this person. Your energy gives this person the realization what they're doing. Okay? And it's not just that they're conning you. The bigger lesson for that other person is that they're conning themselves, okay? You may think you're conning me and 20 other women before me. You're not. You are conning yourself. You are deceiving yourself that your situation is a situation that you can stay in by using the energy of other people to bring you the happiness that you don't have because your situation is incredibly unhappy, okay? So this year is a 7. It's about using your receptibility to make a plan and take action in this physical reality and in this physical realm. Now, we're coming into Aries season, right? So, Aries in a nutshell says, you know what? I don't care about everybody else. Aries, me, 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 me. Aries, what's important to me? Where is my passion? Where is my desire? Where is my mission? Where is what I want? Where is me? And it's a fire sign. So it's a very, very, very fiery. Where is Tina? Where is my course correction? What is my soul mission? What is my destiny? It's about me, 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 me. Okay. So we've got an unplugged matrix and we're coming into Aries season where everything is about what's passionately, firingly serving Tina or serving James, serving Dawn, serving Kathy. What is serving you? What is firing you up to change? What is firing you up to do your own course correction? Okay. Now, for the icing on the cake of that, we're about to switch from Libra, North and South Node, to Aries. And Libra being, okay, so the nodal point is the place where we line up with the moon. That has been in Libra for the last 16 months. I think it changes in about 2 months, but I'm telling you, I've been feeling this for 2 months already. That's why I'm talking about it. So the unplugging of the matrix, what do I really want? What is soul correction? What burns me? What is passionately burning me to course correct, to change, to become the highest version of myself, and only concentrate on me, not let those other people have my energy that don't need it, don't want it, don't deserve it, aren't asking for my energy or attention. I'm not giving it to them anymore. And that changed my life in a very short couple of weeks, okay? So that coupled with the fact that our energy for the last 16 months has been Libra. So the nodal point was at Libra, and Libra says, well, I can stay in this situation. I can be the peacemaker. I can compromise. I can just keep trying to balance. I can keep trying to make this job work. I can keep trying to make this relationship work. I can keep, giving my energy to all these people. I can keep being the negotiator. I can keep being the peacemaker. It's what I'm supposed to do. The whole planet is in this energy of the negotiator, the peacemaker, balancing, working things out. Well, guess what? The new energy of Aries is already here and will be physically represented on planet Earth after me feeling it. I believe it's June. I'm not positive. You guys know I'm not an astrologist or anything by any stretch of the imagination, but I read that energy. I end up telling you guys, and people send me stuff about astrology reports. And so I know that even though I don't study it, that's a lot of what I'm picking up on, anchoring and using to direct or show the way or lead by example. Okay, so we're moving out of Libra. The energy's starting to dissipate from the lunar node of Libra and go into Aries right before Aries season. So it's no longer about how can I be the negotiator in my job, in my family, in my partnership. Switching to Aries is going from an air sign, which is about the communication of negotiation, the communication of balance, the communication of the negotiator. We're moving out of that and we're moving into the energy of Aries. And Aries, I'll say it again, is me, 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 me. What do I need? How can I serve this planet? How can I be the guardian of this 5-star vessel on planet Earth? How can I be the guardian of planet Earth? How can I serve myself in a way that's conducive to serving this planet and being a guardian to this planet? Me, me, me. I'm not negotiating. I'm not peacemaking. I'm not singing songs. I'm not writing emails. I'm not begging for apologies. I'm not giving energy to anything that is not an opportunity for me. And that's what Aries season is. So, as you can see, the matrix was unplugged at absolutely perfect omniversal energy timing here because of so many things. We unplug the matrix. We go from Libra to Aries, from the North Node, the energy of me, what serves me, how can I guard my energy, how can I guard what it is that I truly want out of life, and be the guardian of this planet. And that energy will build in momentum when we decide to go in the fiery direction of course correction that stops the con in our personal lives. And just like the matrix got unplugged because our energy built to an incredible momentum electromagnetically, where we shorted it out, okay? We shorted out the matrix. We shorted out the matrix right before we were to move into Aries season and change from the focus of negotiating and staying stuck in something and being a peacemaker and trying to balance things, people, places, and things where we didn't want to be anymore, okay? And the reason someone's conning you or has conned you, the reason someone is conning themselves or has conned or deceived themselves is because even if they didn't know it at a conscious level, they wanted to be able to go after what it is, the burning desire in their soul, their mission on planet Earth. Reevaluate what your truth is. What's my truth? What's important? Is my truth that someone feels love for me and I'm telepathic and, clairsentient and clairaudient and all these crazy things, so I know they love me, so I'm going to keep giving them energy even though they don't want me? Even though they're not interested, even though they're not available? No, because I'll never get anywhere in course correction, okay? Your words, your emails, your songs, your throwing energy into something that's not an available situation, whether that job wants you and just has someone else in the position, whether that person wants you and just has someone else currently in that position. Everything about the matrix being unplugged to say, go after what you want, okay? Stop conning yourself. Stop deceiving yourself. Stop conning other people. Stop deceiving other people. Change. Stop focusing on negotiation. Stop focusing on, oh, it's just the community of love and light. Yes, there's love and light. We are in the third dimension of polarity. So if you're going to focus on love and light all day, you're not anchoring anything in to change anything, to stop your own self-deceit, to stop the external world from deceiving you. And just like our unplugging in the matrix, when enough of us give enough energy and enough momentum to this, the planetary con will stop. The planetary con will be unplugged, just like the matrix was unplugged. So it's imperative that we stay balanced. It's imperative that we evaluate, what is it that I'm saying to you? That's the truth. That's my truth. Okay? It doesn't have to be the whole truth. I never say that I have the whole truth and nothing but the truth or anything even close to that. But I'm saying whatever I'm seeing, I am sharing that from the standpoint of view of, here's everything I know about the energy right now. Here's everything that's coming to me through the readings right now. And that is to say, not to say that it is the whole picture, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, but it's the part of the truth that I know, and it's the part that I can share. And this ascension process is a community project. We all share what we know. We're all working towards this goal. That's why we have these incredible missions. And that's why we're sharing. So reevaluate how you're expressing yourself, okay? Because you can know that you have the worth, that you are a 5-star light being in this planet. But if you're in a relationship that's treating you like a 2-star, or you're checking into a 2-star hotel, then that knowing is not being put to practical use. Do not give to what is not giving to you. And Spirit has been saying over and over, it's been a week and a half now, loosen your grip of control on your own reality. Loosen your grip of control on your own matrix. Okay? And the most important message from higher self about that was to loosen your focus. Don't get hyper focused on a person, place, or thing, because hyper focus leads to tunnel vision and you don't see the opportunities. And that's the change that I made 5 weeks ago. I stopped the hyper focus. I brought in when spirits and higher self came through and said, ease up, go with the flow, broaden your horizons, expand your consciousness. Don't funnel things, energy, to a person, place, or thing that's not an opportunity. And the second I stopped doing that, everything showed up for me. I mean, I didn't even apply for a job. Jobs were showing up for me, dates were showing up for me. Everything was showing up for me when I stopped funneling my energy into something where I wasn't getting it back. And I know that you know you're 5 stars. I know that you know that you're an incredible light conduit in a human body, having a human experience. But use what you know in practicality to create what you are worth. And don't get bored or stagnant and say, well, I can have this person for right now and, the whatever. No, because you're stopping your own momentum by doing that. It's self-deception and you're running your own con on yourself. So reevaluate what you're telling people, what you're speaking, what you're saying to yourself, and sift through everything that is now a creation in your life, okay? The things that you have created, your body, your health, your wellness, your marriage, your relationships, your family dynamics, your jobs. Sift through that and decide which part, which piece of the things I have created are now serving me. And then loosen your control on your reality and watch it shift in a momentum I have never ever seen. And a big part of that is due to the Matrix Unplugged. Wow, I talked for over an hour. Again, I'm fired. Thank you so much for being here. As I always say, I would never have been able to do this without your love and support. I'm so incredibly shy and was so incredibly terrified to do this when I started doing this. But it's so important because I was literally doing what I was explaining to you earlier, sitting around in my goddess, empress, divine feminine energy, receiving, 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 afraid to share it, afraid to open up, afraid to do it. And I have to use what I'm receiving to create this in physical reality. And it took me a really long time to figure that out, that plays the part in that healthy dynamic. Hi, Karen. Hello, Danny. So, anyway, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I would not have been able to done it without your support. And again, Ascension, it's not a private tutor, okay? It's a community project. Whatever I learned from the cosmos, whatever I learned from the ancestors, the Akashic record, and even these tarot readings, because in tarot readings I pull information from your ancestors, from the Akashic record, from the planets. I'm constantly pulling energy from everywhere all the time, but I finally figured out how to do something with it, how to create something with it. And that is what is going to catapult you. That is what has always made the momentum for course correction in our lives. It's just that now that the matrix is unplugged, that momentum is incredibly sped up. Okay. Those of you reaching out for tarot is still available. The job opportunity that I got offered, that I told you about in my last video, is no longer there. I gave my 2 weeks notice. After working there 2 weeks, she talked me out of it. And at the end of that 2 weeks, I said, and I quote, I'm not coming in tomorrow because I'm worth more than that. And I think more of myself. That was it. So we're back to open availability for tarot, not just on the weekends. If you're interested in that, you can message me here. You can go to Facebook. My offerings for the kind of different kinds of tarot readings I want are pinned to the top of my Facebook page, on my Facebook wall, which is Tina Hammond, my real transparent name. Not Moonbeam or Sunshine or whatever. Facebook is the exact same Tina Hammond as my YouTube channel. It's pinned to the top of my page. What I offer is there. The reason why what I offer is there is because I change what I offer depending on what people want. Having that being said, if you look at that and everything seems to be close to what you want, but nothing is exactly what you want, we can tear it. It's a loose interpretation. And the loose interpretation is kind of done that way because it's broken down into how much time it takes me to do it. Because how much time and energy goes in the reading dictates the price. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me here in this platform or reach out to me through Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. May your course correction go well. May you let yourself go, let yourself be free, and let yourself fly into the direction that your soul is so urging you to go into this new direction. Loosen your grip, control of your own reality. Loosen your focus. Get rid of your tunnel vision and start saying, I'm going to pay attention to all of the opportunities that are opening up for me and watch your life change like never before. I love you, and until next time, bye.